Let's talk a little bit about prejudice and what is prejudice. There was a report today about the women of the Wall, I believe they call themselves, who went to the Western Wall and insisted that they be able to pray there with the men without any distinction being made on the basis of sex, stating that that was prejudice. And there certainly can be prejudice, and there's no question that often these kinds of separations are based on feelings that one side is superior and the other side is inferior, or that these distinctions and separations can create situations where one side is oppressed and the other side are oppressing. There's no question about that. But is it inevitable that making distinctions based on sex, preference, race, or religion, is it inevitable that these distinctions, these separations are what we call prejudice and therefore wrong? We're told that as Jews are told, it's in Torah, that you don't sow crop with mixed seeds. Keep the seeds separate. Don't plow with mixed animals, oxen with oxen, mules with mules. We're told to separate linen and wool. That's forbidden to be mixed in our clothing, and so forth. This has nothing to do with superiority or inferiority. This is a statement that things as they are good, that they were created within certain identities to express things within those identities and to fulfill themselves as they are. That it's not always, in fact, it's often not a good thing to mix things. That's not about one thing being superior and another thing being inferior. It doesn't have to be that in any case. This business of segregating by gender is a very problematic thing because it has been something that's driven feelings of discrimination and of being counted out, and I think one has to be sensitive and look at it from that perspective and make sure that in fact is not the spirit with which we're going to these things, because that would be wrong. But by itself, to divide out by either gender or by in any other way that's meaning by race, I don't think integration is something that is by itself a moral question. I don't. It can be social and have huge social and economic implications, and such that you keep one people down and out and include in other people and advantage them and privilege them. It can certainly be that, but it doesn't have to be that at all. People have a right to live with who they choose to live with, as long as there isn't something which is absolutely shutting someone else out by intention, and thereby shortchanging them in society. Government cannot do anything that discriminates between one group or another, one race and another, one gender or another. Government may not do that. Everyone must be equal in terms of treatment by government. But socially, in who I choose to live with and socialize with, it may be something that leaves me with my own, and that's perfectly okay as far as I'm concerned. I don't consider that morally wrong. It is complicated, and we do get into problems with it. There's no question about it. It has to be looked at always from the point of view of wanting to do what's right by all groups. but automatically to reject differences and maintaining of differences as being essentially necessarily prejudicial, I reject.